Previously.
Prudence is chasing me with her shotgun. She already killed Olga.
What? No.
Dolores is behind this, I'm sure.
Can you imagine the witch hunters changing their ways because of a few kind words?
Serena, Evelyn, and Amara assembled in one place. Kill them all. And if your personal Grim Reaper shows up, just tell him I made you do it.
Why would the hunters accept a vampire as their leader?
Dolores got bitten on a hunt, but is kept around due to her experience in fighting occults.
Maybe Allison joined the witch hunters to avenge her friend Camille, who was killed by vampires.
Doesn't make a difference to me. The hunters have officially declared war on us. Now we strike back.
The army of Mother Moon, marching out against the children of the sun.
It was always my goal to lead a good life, guided by good values. Of course, considering my origins, I can't be entirely sure how many of the values my father taught me were actually good, and how much of it was tainted by his delusions of grandeur. When I found out who he really was, who and what I really was, I swore to myself that, no matter how much DNA we shared, I would never turn into him. That I would become a better person, a better citizen of my town, a better parent to the child I would once bear, or adopt. Unfortunately, I never got to be a parent. Does it hurt? The transition, I mean.
No, you've already left all the earthly pain behind you. The world that awaits you now is pleasant, peaceful. It's hard to describe with words, but you will find that it reflects the life you've been living very well.
But what about all the people I'm leaving behind? What about Serena? She will come back here eventually, and... Please, can you let me stay just a little longer, to clean up this mess, and maybe say goodbye to her?
Unfortunately not. That's not how this works. In fact, we're already running late. I'm sorry.
You're the angel of death. You make the rules. Can't you make an exception?
I could, but that would disturb the natural order. Rest assured that Serena is not alone in this world. And, who knows, maybe one day, you'll meet again.
I hope so. Well, I guess we should go then.
At the risk of sounding like my daughter, fuck that shit. What the actual fuck? Was that the bright light you mentioned before?
No, it seems to be some kind of lethal moon barrier, designed to kill anything supernatural that passes through. I didn't think magic-hating witch hunters would use something like this on their own premises.
They can use technology to replicate anything.
Are you alright?
I'll live. But where's Charmaine?
Ouch. That was not pleasant. I suggest not going that way.
Well, I'm already on this side of the barrier. But you should go back, all of you. Charmaine won't be fighting in this state.
Seems like my vision was right, and you're really going to face the leader of the witch hunters without us. Are you ready?
It's what I came here for. And if I run into her before Loki, then yes, I'll be ready.
Ugh. That was not embarrassing at all.
I know you're being sarcastic, but what you say is true. I've never seen anyone derail and fall out of a speeding minecart with such elegance.
It still caused tremors all over the mines. If the witch hunters didn't know we were here before, they sure as hell did. Now.
Espa.
Filthy vampires. How dare you come here? Although I should have expected as much. You chased me out of Oasis Springs, followed me to every place I lived in afterwards, and now you're here.
Get over yourself. We didn't come here for you. But after what you just did, you certainly moved up in our list of priority targets.
Bring it on, you blood-sucking freak.
Allison.
What?
How do you know my... No. No, it can't be.
But it's true. It's me, Camille. And I'm so glad to see you again, after all this time. Although the circumstances could be better.
You know each other?
No, we don't. Stop it. What kind of twisted mind game is this? My friend Camille was murdered by vampires 20 years ago. You're using your illusion powers to mess with my head, that's all.
They told me the ring you're wearing protects you from magical attacks like that, so no, I'm not doing anything to your head. I wouldn't hurt you, even if I could. And I wasn't murdered, just transformed into something better.
Something better? Are you saying they offered to turn you into a vampire and you actually agreed to it, leaving behind everyone and everything else in your life? Leaving me behind to become a monster?
Allison, our friendship meant the world to me when we were teenagers, not least because you were the only friend I had. As a gender non-conforming person, everybody, including my parents, always viewed me as a freak. I couldn't keep living among people like that. If you could see how beautifully diverse vampire society is, you'd agree that becoming one of them was the best decision of my life.
The world has changed since our teen years.
Has it really though? If so, then why are we still fighting and killing each other, just because some of us have magic and others don't?
He's right. Of course, there are vampires who see ordinary humans as nothing but prey, but so do mortal serial killers. Those are the ones you should be hunting, not the freak you hung out with at school.
I never thought of you as a freak, Camille. My husband and I even named our child after you. But that was before we learned what you had become. You are a freak now.
Damn it, what is it now?
Nothing. Get back inside and hide with the baby. I'm here, Prudence. It is me you want, so come and get me. Shit. A dead end.
Now be a good daughter and pull the trigger.
Sorry, but you left me no choice. Hey, what the hell is wrong with you? Let me out.
It's in your own best interest, trust me. Now hide.
I don't understand. How can she be here? I thought she was dead. And why is she coming after me now, when she could have killed me 1,000 times over, back when I still trusted her?
I'm telling you, it's her mother. Prudence must have been brainwashed. Or maybe Dolores is controlling her somehow.
I remember Dolores. She showed me a vision of my grandson being tormented by my father, which is impossible because they were never alive at the same time. If she can make people hallucinate like that, there's no telling what she can make them do out of fear.
Okay, but what can we do to stop this?
Nothing. Let's get Beryl and get out of here.
And go where? If she found me here, she can find me somewhere else too.
You're not going anywhere.
That's right. And now show them that you mean what you say. Kill them.
No. No.
Prudence,
Stop resisting. It will only cause more pain.
whatever she's telling you, don't listen to her. I know you're still in there somewhere, and you don't want to do this. We're friends, remember?
Must kill the mermaid, the traitor, and the witch that got away.
Enough. Snap out of it or I'll shoot you, like you did my father.
No, wait. It doesn't have to end like this.
Amara.
I'm alright. And you will be too, once you remember that you can still make your own decisions. I know what it's like to be abused by your own family, to feel like you're worthless unless you can live up to their ridiculously high standards and continue their bloodline in a way they see fit. But you're not the one who should feel bad about it. It's your parents, for not loving the person you are, but their idea of you.
She's right. There's other people out there who love you. And if you can't think of anyone right now because most of your friends are witch hunters under your mother's control, well, I am not. Neither is your horse, 40. You told me you named him after one of the cardinal virtues, fortitudo, but it's a virtue that suits you as well. I know you have the inner strength to defy your mother.
Damn it. Oh Prudence, what have you done? Such a shame.
You know, you didn't have to be that hard on Aaron.
Why not? He deserved it. And Lev is patching him up, so he'll be fine.
He's still Daisy and Jaden's father though, and he would have told you where the latter is, even without that extra beating you gave him. Now he's going to feel vindicated in his belief that witches and vampires are unambiguously evil.
Something Mum would clearly appreciate, and I don't give a rat's ass about what that jerk thinks of me. His beliefs were set in stone long before we met anyway.
True, but what if he set us on the wrong path because of it? This might be the room where they kept Mini Loki, judging by the tiny bed over here, but I don't see Jaden anywhere.
A bigger boy needs a bigger bed. And a better hideout.
A secret door. How did you know?
Just a hunch. There's a bad vibe coming from behind this wall.
Creepy. Almost. Medieval. Befitting the witch hunter's methods and worldview.
Isn't that him over there?
Jaden. Wake up, Jaden. Fuck. What have they done to you?
The hunters? Nothing. This was all you, your family, and your bad decisions.
What the fuck? How?
Stop torturing yourself. You can't change what is destined to happen. And you are destined to turn into me, a lonely old woman in the body of a child, surrounded by nothing but snow, ice, and despair.
What's wrong, Willie?
It's endearing how much you worry about your sister. If only you could extend this feeling to others as well.
Loki, what are you doing here?
That's the big question, isn't it? The same one you would likely have asked me when I was born, if you had been present. But you weren't, because you didn't want me. You refuse to assume responsibility for anyone else because you can't even get a grip on your own life.
What are you talking about?
Nothing that you don't already know, right? You are a fraud. You keep projecting this aura of self-confidence and success, but deep down you know that your fame is the only reason people tolerate you. In reality, you suck as a person, as a lover, and as a father.
No. I already told you, I got rid of that curse, and nothing you say can change that.
But that doesn't mean you can't be cursed again. As you know, time protects itself. Erase one important event from history and another of its kind will take its place to keep the timeline intact. There is only one way to make sure you won't be involved. End it now.
What if I end you instead?
If you think that will make a difference, go for it. But I am you, so everything you're doing to me, you're really doing to yourself.
You're not my son. The real Loki would never talk to me like this.
Of course I'm not really him, but the fact that your innermost doubts appear to you in his shape should tell you something about yourself. Can you eliminate them, even when they look like someone you supposedly care about?
We shall find out.
What are you waiting for? Do what needs to be done to silence the inner voice that keeps you from being happy. Get rid of it.
Huh? When did this blizzard start? Hello? Is anyone here? Or does the bar stay closed on bad weather days?
No, I'm here. What can I get you?
Mother.
Sorry, we don't have a drink called Mother. Please order something else.
I see. The brainwashing process is complete. You're even weirder now than you were before, and that's saying something.
If you need a drinks menu, you'll find one on the table over there.
What I need is for you to snap out of it and come back to me. It's me, your daughter Aya.
Aya. As in, I am Mammini.
Exactly. You remember. So stop playing bartender and let me get you to safety.
Aya Mammini is an evil witch and an enemy of my friends, the children of the sun. I have to kill her.
They're not your friend's mother. They're using you. And have been using you for quite a while. I realize now that I was wrong to accuse you of threatening our family, when it was their doing all along. Our checkered past made me rush to judgment without looking at the facts, and for that, I'm sorry.
You are an enemy of my friends. You must die.
Come to your senses, please. I don't want to hurt you.
It's a little late for that now, don't you think?
You again? I've beaten you before, I can do it again. And your futuristic taster doesn't scare me.
Not you, but what about your mother?
Seriously? My children and I might be monsters to you, but she's just an ordinary mortal, like you. Does your organization allow you to hurt those two?
Surrender, and we won't have to find out.
You surrender, or I'll shove the taser so far up your ass that it'll shoot lightning out of your mouth.
Wrong answer.
No.
Turning her into a garden gnome to protect her? How touching. I thought you only did that to immobilize people and smash them to pieces afterwards, like a snake that poisons her prey because she isn't fast enough to catch it otherwise.
Completely depends on the person. I will gladly smash you to pieces.
Ouch!
You stay here for now, mother. Oh shit. Is that?
The auto-targeting might be broken, but I can still shoot manually. Who's laughing now, witch?
What are your friends in the magic realm saying?
Not sure. I must have misunderstood, or at least I hope so, because it sounds like they're planning to either overthrow or turn their backs on the ageless sage. An old enemy slain, a new enemy gained. Isn't one war bad enough?
What's really bad is the timing. The witches shouldn't be fighting amongst themselves now that Mercury is planning to move against them.
I would ask about Mercury, but I've met enough new people in the past few days as it is, including one male witch who looks identical to my deceased best friend, but is really his distant descendant. Then there's his mother Faye, who I just talked to, and her mother Amara, who looks young enough to be another child of hers instead. Back in my day, the most confusing thing about the magic community was its leader, an unaging baby. But nowadays everything seems to be upside down.
About time to put things back in order, don't you think? I knew those noises in the mines couldn't be natural. Just like you bloodsuckers aren't natural.
I'm a witch actually. One with the second sight. Your future looks particularly interesting. You might change your mind about vampires sooner rather than later.
What is that supposed to mean?
Would you still call them unnatural if you were one of them?
Thankfully I'll never have to find out. I got bitten by a vampire about 6 months ago, but didn't turn. That means I'm immune.
No, it just means the one who bit you didn't have the power to turn people. The one behind you, however.
What? Damn it, not again.
Oh no. Poor. Wait, who even was he?
No idea. I had never even seen him before today.
You undead asshole. Now stay dead for real.
Shout at him all you want, but it won't change what just happened. Better get used to the scent of blood, Bobo. That's your name, isn't it?
How do you know?
I already told you I can see the future. And right now, I'm seeing you, a couple of days from now. Bobo the newborn vampire.
Never.
Well, that is also a solution, I guess.
You are lonely,
Unloved.
forgotten,
A complete failure.
and nothing you can do will ever change that. Do the world a favor
and end it. Better a horrible end than endless horror.
You're a vampire with witch powers, a famous artist and art critic, and you've had more lovers in the past few years than I've had friends in my entire life. Clearly you're doing something right. That doesn't mean you can't go wrong sometimes, but the only sensible thing to do with mistakes is learn from them.
We can always rely on our family. That's why Mum refused to sacrifice her children even when the ageless sage demanded it. Why she chose our lives over the magic realm. And for that, we owe it to her to make the best of it.
I better remember that the next time a white-haired future version of me confronts me about my life choices. You're wrong. I am not alone, or lonely, or forgotten. Not now, not in the past, not in the future.
I made mistakes, but that doesn't make me a failure. It makes me human.
What? Impossible.
Not so fast, you rotten cunt.
Coward. Take care of the kids, Willie. I'm going after her.
You're tough, I'll give you that. But by the end of the day, you will be just another ghost. What the hell? Where did she go? Oh shit.
What should I do to you, Sven Dorty? Shoot you like a regular criminal? Turn you into a garden gnome and smash you, like I did Prudence? Or completely obliterate you with your own weapon of choice?
No, wait. I have a son.
So? I have 2 children and a grandchild. You would have killed me anyway. At least I'll grant you this last wish. So, how would you like to die? We'll pick this up again later.
This was for Olga.
Great work, Tiamo. I'll take it from here. Go!
Yes, run. But I know your fear. I know all of your fears. You can't escape them. And that's why I'll find you everywhere. Always.
Not when you're dead. Game over, bitch.
And now the news. Port Promise, an industrial region of SetsunaMaiou, recently became the scene of a shootout involving regular guns, lightning guns, and big fucking laser guns. Several individuals were placed under arrest, including former police officer Aaron Bell. While it is unclear what exactly the culprits had been planning in Port Promise over the past 6 months, they are said to be handed over to the SCIA, as one of their victims was a government agent sent to Windenburg to investigate the situation.
And I'm the one who killed her. Why am I not going to prison?
Because you did nothing wrong. When will you finally stop being ashamed of doing God's work?
She can't hear you, you know. You're just a ghost.
And who the hell are you?
Interesting choice of words. I'm your personal Grim Reaper, so to speak. I've come to collect your soul.
Thanks for the offer, but I'm not ready to go to heaven just yet. I may no longer be around in physical form, but I can still hunt the shit out of that occult riffraff. And I'll find a way to guide my daughter back on the right path.
Prudence is already on the right path, trust me. You, however, your greatest fear is to die. That's why you allowed yourself to be bitten by a vampire on a hunt. It wasn't an accident, as you keep telling everyone. It was a desperate attempt to extend your life when you were beginning to feel the effects of old age.
What? You liar. You can't prove that.
That's not my job. So don't worry, your secret is safe with me. And in the place I'm taking you, no one will care who or what you were in life. Because all they know, all you will ever know from now on, is fear and pain. Say goodbye to the amenities of the mortal realm, Dolores.
Prudence, help.